Lincoln, Joanne Davidson Theaters, the McCoy Center for the Arts in New Albany. We also work in the Wexner Center for the Arts, Mershon Auditorium at the Ohio State University campus, Ohio Stadium, Moffrey Stadium, the Schottenstein Center, Nationwide Arena, AG Promo West venues such as Express Live, the Ann Arbor Bar, Newport Music Hall, and the Basement, the Columbus Commons, the Ohio State Fairgrounds, COSI, Ohio History Connection, and the Columbus Museum of Art. We work events such as the Ohio State Fair, the Memorial Tournament, Arnold Expo, the International Auto Show, Red, White, and Boom, Jazz and Rib Fest, Festival Latino, and the Music in the Air series. My apologies, I lost my... Here we go. We work at the Greater Columbus Convention Center and in Battelle Hall for all trade shows, corporate events, cheerleading events, to name a few. We also represent the Greater Columbus Convention Center full-time engineers. We work events as far north as Mansfield and Marysville, east at the Midland Theater in Newark, and the Seacrest Auditorium in Zanesville. We work the shows at the Memorial Auditorium at Ohio University in Athens. We work events in Circleville, Chillicothe, and West Jeff. As lengthy as my list is, this is not everywhere and all that we work. The arts and entertainment workers are everywhere. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, on March 13th, 2020, to use a quote from former President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, that day is a day that will live in infamy regarding the arts and entertainment industry. And it's an industry that accounts for around 4% of the national GDP. Billions of dollars lost, hundreds of thousands who lost their jobs and careers, including stagehands, AV technicians, actors, truck drivers, food, craft services, concessions, ushers, ticketing, security, and office personnel, to name a few. In Columbus, Local 12 is in and around, at this moment in time, around 95% unemployment rate for our people since April of 2020. Local 12 normally does around $5 million annually in gross wages alone. That is all gone. That day, our industry was decimated. The ancillary fallout and the impact of our industry was enormous, including restaurants, catering, and hotels who thrive on our industry. A great example of the fallout is downtown Columbus alone, the Short North, the Arena District, and all those hotels. All of the workers in our industry are very anxious to get back to work, doing what we love. And what we love is entertaining you. Increased funding from the state through the Ohio Arts Council is critical to getting us back to work. We were the first industry affected, and unfortunately seems like we will be the last ones to return. Our industry has now been shut down for almost a year. The IATSE has been proactively working with all employers across the nation and locally to prepare for reopening when that happens. We have adopted OSHA, ODH, and CDC guidelines for workplace safety protocols. Our industry will return eventually, but we need your ongoing help immediately. ODJFS support for our industry and gig workers is imperative. The ODJFS system has been very troublesome to our workers. Many have been penalized in a way for working a labor call. For example, changing out the marquee over at the Ohio Theater. That 1 4-hour compensated call is causing, ODJFS has asked people to pay back thousands of dollars for trying to do the right thing. All the way back to the beginning of their filings. It's ridiculous. Workers are being evicted and foreclosed on at an alarming rate. Efforts such as Save Our Stages, the Red Alert campaign, and Backstage Benefit Fund held at the Midland Theater out in Newark are commendable, but not enough. Federal and or state allocated funds and support are imperative. The arts and entertainment industry are viable and necessary. We need your immediate and continued help. I appreciate and thank you for your time and consideration. I'd be more than happy to field any questions.
Thanks, Mr. Thomas. I appreciate your testimony. The magic of movies and shows and plays, they just don't magically happen without the men and women behind the scenes making it happen. So we understand as it relates to job and family services and unemployment issues, we are certainly trying to address that in the Ohio House and asking very tough questions and working with the administration to get answers. We also encourage the men and women of your organization and your colleagues to reach out to their local representatives to let us help you work through that when they have issues with the unemployment things. We can try to be very helpful as best we can. And we will, again, to echo Representative House's comments, do our best here to see how we can continue to make an investment in the arts. It truly is an investment, and so we will do our best. With that, any additional questions from the committee? Seeing none, Mr. Thomas, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.